Hello everyone. Today we are going to continue our real number chapter. Last video we have already discussed about different numbers that come under real numbers, and today we are going to discuss about rational and irrational numbers. Here we will learn what the rational numbers and what are the irrational numbers. Let's get started. Okay, so rational number means any number that you can write in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0. As we already discussed, that denominator cannot be a 0 here for the rational number. So any number, suppose if I take any natural number, suppose 2. So you can write 2 as 2 by 1. So that means you can write it in the form of p by q. So that means 2 is a rational number. So any natural number you can take as a rational number. Now if you take any whole number means suppose 0. We know that 0 is included in the whole number set. So if you take 0 in the whole number set, so 0 can be also written as 0 by 1. So 0 is a rational number. So all whole numbers are rational numbers. Now, if you take any integer, suppose if I take -3. So -3 means you can write it -3 by 1. So again, you can write in the form of p by q, and the denominator is not 0. So that means any integer is also a rational number. So natural whole integers, all numbers are rational numbers. Now decimal numbers, if you take decimal numbers, okay, that is also a rational number. But please note here, not all decimal numbers are rational numbers, because not all decimal numbers you can convert in the form of p by q. You can only convert the numbers, that those decimal numbers that are terminating and that are recurring decimal number. So terminating and recurring decimal numbers are rational numbers, not other decimal numbers are your rational numbers. Now let's understand why terminating and recurring decimal number is our rational number. Okay, suppose terminating decimal number means, suppose if you have 4.25. Terminating means you get remainder 0. Okay, like if you divide a fraction, you get a remainder 0. So that's a terminating decimal number. So 4.25, suppose this is a terminating decimal number. And we can convert this terminating decimal number in the form of fraction. What we do? We write 425, all numbers without the decimal in the numerator. And what about the denominator? The denominator, we see that after decimal, how many digits you have? 1, 2. So we write 2 zeros, which means 100. So 425 out of 100. 425 by 100. So this is your rational number. Any terminating decimal number. Suppose if I have 3.156. You can write in the form of 3156 is the numerator, and what will be the denominator? What will be the denominator? After decimal count, how many digits you have? 1, 2, 3. So we write 3 zeros. Any terminating decimal number is your rational number. Clear? So any terminating decimal number is your rational number. Now, let's move on to recurring decimal number. What's the meaning of recurring decimal number? Recurring decimal number. Recurring means, you can understand from the name, it's repeating. Recurring means repeating. So suppose if you have 1.3333 dot, which means 3 is repeating. 3 is coming again and again and again. So this is a recurring decimal number. Now this type of decimal number we can write in the form of 1.3 dot. Sometimes in books you can see it is written as 1.3 bar. Same thing. Okay. So 1.3 dot. Now how do we convert it in the form of p by q? Look, first we will write the denominator. You need to check how many digits you have with recurring. So you can see that only 3 has a recurring. So we write 9 in the denominator because only one digit with recurring. So our denominator is done. There is no other number after the decimal. So our denominator is ready. Now for the numerator, what we have to do, we need to write the number without the recurring, without the decimal. So 13. And then we need to take away the number that doesn't have any recurring. So in this case, 1 don't have any recurring. So we subtract 13 minus 1. Our number is 12 by 9. So that means 1.3 dot is a rational number because we can write in the form of P by Q. Any recurring decimal number comes under the rational number. Suppose we have 1.34 dot. So how do we convert this? So first step, we need to check our number or the digit that has recurring. How many digit you have recurring? You see 4, only one digit. So we write 9. And you can see one more digit after the decimal you have that doesn't have any recurring on it. So we put a 0 for that. So if you have another digit that doesn't have any recurring but it's after the decimal, you put another 0. So 90. And the numerator is we write all the number without the recurring, without the decimal, and we take away number that doesn't have any recurring. So 1 and 3. 13. Now we subtract it. 4 minus 3 it's 1, 2, 1. 129 by 90. So this is a rational number. Okay. But if you have any non-terminating decimal number, non-terminating and non-recurring. Suppose if you have something 1.3756432 dot dot dot. Like you don't have any pattern. So this is a non-terminating decimal number. Non-terminating, at the same time it is non-recurring. Why non-recurring? Because you cannot see any pattern here. No dot you can put on the number. So this type of number you cannot write in the form of P by Q, which means they are irrational. So irrational numbers means anything you cannot write in the form of P by Q. So non-terminating, non-recurring decimal number comes under irrational number. Clear? Okay, so then we have rational and or irrational. Suppose if you take a root over 3. Okay, root over 3, if you just calculate the value of root over 3 and if you check in the calculator, suppose it's coming 1.73 dot 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 dot. So non-terminating and also non-recurring. So it is irrational number. Okay, so this is how we need to identify our rational and irrational number. Okay, let's do some examples. You do yourself. So suppose if you have 15, you have 20, you have -3, you have 5.3, you have 5.3 dot, you have 2.734 dot dot dot, you have root over 3, then you have root over 4. Please identify your rational and irrational number and comment in the box. Thank you so much.